people, how y'all doing? Hopefully you can hear me, because I have in my my earbud. These are from Bose, and I hooked it up to the Bluetooth, so hopefully you can hear me while I do this video. So you saw the title of the video. It's about the gig work that I do. I have a lot going on, and this is one of the ways that I, as they say, stack the bread. If you guys don't already know, if you look in the description, you see all the links to what I have going on. I have 2 Etsy shops that myself and my sister runs. She's my graphic designer, and I the marketing. I also have a Shopify store where I do drop shipping, and I'm also going to do a video on that for those of you who do have a Shopify store that do drop shipping and have a problem with having to cancel orders because, well, we're going off into a tangent. So I have a Shopify store, I have 2 Etsy shops, I have a blog, I have this YouTube channel. I'm in the dark. I have this YouTube channel, and I have another YouTube channel that I do. Actually, I have 3. I have 3 YouTube channels that I run, and I also do gig work. And if you don't know what gig work is, it's this that I'm going to be talking about, where some days I'll do Instacart, some days I'll do well, I used to do DoorDash. I'm not liking this lighting because I feel like I'm in the dark. I'm gonna have to lean forward a little bit so you can see my face. I do DoorDash as well. I used to do DoorDash, but DoorDash told me I'm too slow, so therefore no. I used to do Uber Eats. I find that that wasn't working for me, but this one particular app that I like is what I'm going to talk about today is Roadie. I do Roadie. I live in New York, Brooklyn to be specific, and I do Roadie sometimes. Most of the time I'm working my own business, but as you guys know, January through March is very slow in retail and other businesses, so you got to supplement your income if you don't want to go out there looking for a 9 to 5. And as you know, 9 to 5 is hard. I'm not looking for one, but with Roadie, I find that I could bring in $75 to $100 a day, depending on how hard I push. So Roadie covers, who do they deliver for? Roadie is a last mile delivery app, and they deliver for CVS, where you do medication delivery. They do Best Buy, electronic deliveries. They do Home Depot, and also, who is the other one that they do? BJ's Wholesale as well. So those are the 4 that they do constantly. And of course, other people who have personal deliveries, they could go through Roadie. Around Valentine's and Mother's Day, you get a lot of flower delivery, flower to deliver for moms and your sweetheart, depending on where you are. And I find that they pay very well. Now, the way to make $100, at least $100 through Roadie, you got to start off early. So you got to know how the app works. I usually start off at around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So with that, I would get a run or 2 for CVS to drop off medication. And then after that, you got to watch the app. And after that, we get the runs for Best Buy. They usually start posting those around 9:15, even though Best Buy doesn't open until 10 o'clock. They want to set it up so you're ready to go. So by 9:15, 9:30, you're getting the Best Buy runs. Those runs are, most of the time, they're bundled. Sometimes they'll have 1 or 2, but most of the time they're bundled, where you'll have between 7 and 10 deliveries, and they pay you a set amount for that. They have sections of your city, because it's not only to New York. This is Roadie is all over the United States. They have sections of their city that they do. So for instance, from what I'm studying with my area is they have 2 runs for Brooklyn. So one on the south side, so one on the north side of Brooklyn. Then they have a run for Jersey, and within that Jersey run you're most likely going to do parts of Staten Island and then go out to Jersey. Then they have another run where you go into New York, into Manhattan. So you would start off somewhere in the area where you start off, and then you would head out into parts of like Crown Heights and downtown Brooklyn, and then into Manhattan, and then from there. But in my opinion, they pay well. The only thing I don't like about Roadie, and it happened to me yesterday, I'm gonna tell you a story. It's gonna be a long video. I'm gonna tell you a story what happened to me yesterday when I drove for Roadie. Some of these stores, in order to get Best Buy, not some of these stores, because I don't find that Home Depot do it, but Best Buy, and I'm not sure if it's all the Best Buy stores that do it, but this particular store that I deliver from, when you open up the Roadie app, it tells you, how many deliveries you have, and if they're categorized as, depending on the dimensions of the package, it's categorized as small, medium, large, extra large. And sometimes they have it mixed in where you have a certain amount of medium, certain amount of large, or whatever. So you have to look at that, because depending on the vehicle that you're using, for instance, I have a 7-seater SUV and my back seats fold down. And when I looked at the run yesterday, let me just go in and tell you the story, because I'm watching the apps. I know when they're gonna post, so I'm looking, first run, and I know where I want to go. So I know I wanted to do the south side of Brooklyn, because the day before I did the north side of Brooklyn, and I couldn't deliver most of the packages because of where these addresses were, like in the middle of downtown Brooklyn, where the police are harassing you. You want me to take a 50-inch TV into, let's say 123 Livingston Street on the 25th floor. Like, where the hell am I going to park? And I'm calling the customer, and it's telling me there's no phone number for the customer, because you are allowed to contact the customer. So of course I had to cancel that delivery and return it to the warehouse. And that's another thing we're going to get into as far as returns is concerned. So, there's a lot of perks to driving with Roadie. So let me tell you my story. As I was saying, looked at the run, decided, okay, I'm going to accept this run. But one thing that kept nagging at me, it said the run totals 241 pounds. But it's saying all medium packages. And I'm like, wait a minute. Medium, totaling 241 pounds. It must be a lot of square boxes I'm taking. I'm taking 9 deliveries. And it's all medium. I'm like, that don't sound right. But you know what? I want to be in Brooklyn. I don't want to go in I don't want to go over a bridge today. And I took the packet. I took the run, and I was accepted. So now they accept my bid. I get to the store, wait for it to open, and for some reason they were doing a release of something. I think it was a Nintendo release happened yesterday, Friday the 21st, February 21st at Best Buy, because it was a long ass line outside and it was cold. So I waited in the car. I already know that these people that are online are not for me. So I get in there, get to the area where you do your pickup. You have a barcode on your phone that you scan, and then the employee comes out, scan the barcode, and then start pulling stuff out of the stock room for me to load. So here I am with the L cart. I'm like, okay, getting all my medium stuff. He pulls out a 15-screen TV. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not medium, that's a large. He pulls out another one. That's not medium, that's a large. He pulls out a huge microwave. I'm like, what the is going on? So I let him finish everything. And I said to myself, and another thing, sorry, I dropped you guys. I dropped you guys a little bit, so hopefully this is not too much. But as I was saying, once you're dealing with the employees at Best Buy, once you complete your pickup, they scan it, you sign, they ain't got nothing else to do with you. You gotta figure it out from there. So there was another guy that I've seen before picking up for Roadie, And I asked him, I'm like, so what do you do in a case like this? Because I know that all of these cannot fit in my SUV, even though I've put down the back seat, stuffed everything that I can in the passenger seat. Thank God I didn't have nobody with me, because sometimes my sister comes out with me. I'm like, I still can't fit these. He's like, you need to get in contact with Roadie, because they'll tell you what to do. He's like, don't try calling, because you won't get anybody. You gotta text. So okay, I get on the support app and I tell them all. I tell Roadie, I'm like, listen, I've already packed 7 of the 9 items in my vehicle. I cannot fit anymore. They were like, so you're telling me you gotta leave 2 behind? I'm like, yes, I have to do it. She's like, well, find out if they could hold it for you, and in the middle, sometime during your run, you could swing back around and pick them up. So start my route. I got the okay for them to hold it, and I'm like, okay. I'm texting Roadie. I'm like, all of these items were classified as medium, and as you can see from the photo, because I took a photo of everything stuffed in the car and I sent them. I said, as you can see from the photo, these are all large and extra large. I said, can you rearrange the route so that the 2 that I'm leaving behind could fall off my run? She's like, sorry, can't do that. Then I also said, okay, being that, you know, these were set up as medium and they're actually large and extra large, can I be compensated for, you know, the inconvenience? Sorry, we can't do that. I'm like, oh, what? No. So, okay, I said, all right. So she's like, you have to still go to the address of where you're supposed to be, even though you left the packages in the store. So my very first delivery, I didn't have. That was a 15-inch screen TV. So I got to the person, and it won't let you skip. You have to go the route. It won't let you skip. So I got to the person's house, and I actually called the gentleman. It was an older gentleman, and I called him. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is your driver. I have too many packages, and I'm sorry your television couldn't fit comfortable. So someone else will deliver it. Thank God he was fine with that. Remember, I left 2. So I had to drive to his house, do something within the app. Then I had to sit there for 2 minutes while it's counting down. It won't let you go to the next order until you sit there for 2 to 3 minutes counting down after you've put in that you can't deliver whatever. Yeah, and it doesn't have the option for you to say it couldn't fit. So I had to put, there's no safe place to leave this package. Then I had to sit there and wait, and then go back in and then actually write what actually happened. So if you drive for Roadie and you've ever had this situation, let me know what you do, unless, you know, maybe there's something else that can be done where I wouldn't have to drive to that location. So okay, so I go on now, and I'm delivering everybody else's. One building I went to in East New York, I'm like, y'all gotta do better. Come on Brooklyn people. Went to the building, found a location. I'm like, all right, I'm trying to get rid of all of these packages. So go to the location. Oh, before I could move on, I had to create what's called a return. So I'm telling Roadie that I have the man's 15-inch screen TV, and I have to return it to the warehouse because I have no place safe to leave it. Even though I don't have it, it's in the warehouse. But I know when I go back to the warehouse, I gotta go find it. And I'll tell you what I have to do at the end. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but bear with me because you're learning. So East New York now, within the run, I get there. It's one of the projects. I think it's Glenwood Projects. I'm not sure the name of it. Get to the building. Of course, the lobby door is open. There's no security in this place. I don't know how people live like this. And I pressed the elevator to go up to, I think, the 5th floor I had to deliver to. The elevator door opened, and it's a motherfucking, oh, I'm cursing, sorry y'all, because I couldn't believe this shit. A pit bull steps off the elevator with no owner, no leash, no collar, no nothing. Yes, you heard me right, a pit bull, a dog. So now I think I was delivering like a computer screen. I forgot what it was. So I'm putting that between me and the dog. Thank God the dog was not vicious, because I would have pissed my pants. I'm not generally afraid of dogs, but it's a pit bull. I have 6 dogs in Jamaica that I love upon whenever I go home and stuff like that. A pit bull stepped off the elevator in the project. Y'all hear me? So okay, I let him out. I step to the side, let him come out, because shit, this is his building. I don't live here. I get up to where I need to go deliver the TV, and I'm thinking, now what the hell am I going to do? Because the little screen was my protector. What if I go back down to the first floor and this dog is down there? So I'm there ringing the bell, hoping so. I'm hearing the reggae music blasting in the house. Me ring that bell, me knock. Nobody no open the door. So what me do? Me just, patois. What I do, I lean it up against the front their door, and I take my picture and I leave. And all the time I'm thinking about this pit bull that's in the lobby. So get back on the elevator now. I had a crossbody bag. Let me show you. Because I still have it. Wait. I'm sorry, y'all. This has turned into something. Maybe this can help you. So this bag, this is my crossbody bag I had on yesterday. I have all my stuff in here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be swinging this if I have to, because I don't know the temp. Yes, I just saw the dog, but I don't know if that's the same temperament I'm gonna get when I get downstairs. So I get down there. Oh boy, ring the elevator door open, and the dog is sitting there looking at me. What the fuck is... Okay, my phone cut off because it got too hot, so I had to make it cool down, but I'm back. So as I was saying, took the elevator back down to the first floor. Door opens, and the pit bull is sitting there looking at me. I'm like, what? Why hasn't the owner for this dog come and get this dog? But he was not aggressive. And he looked hungry, because you could see his ribs. I'm like, whoever owns this dog needs to get in trouble. Whoever owns this dog needs to get this dog taken away, because apparently you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So what I do, I was able to get by him. He sat down and let me walk by. Then I got out of the building and closed the door. But when I'm walking out, I'm like, nah, I can't leave this dog like this. I called 311. I called 911. And I told the lady what was happening. She's like, the dog is probably just walking itself. I'm like, lady, this is animal cruelty. So she was like, all right, we'll get the proper people to respond. So while I'm there sitting talking to her on the phone, the dog somehow pushed the door open and came outside and used the bathroom. And then he's coming up to the car like he's looking for food, but I had nothing to give him. So I just had to leave him there. But I'm saying that was my experience yesterday dealing with going into the projects. And that was my only delivery there. So now I'm going on. Remember I told you I had to leave 2 packages behind. So I went on to my delivery, got to the next lady. That was the lady who's supposed to get the huge microwave. So with this lady, you're allowed to contact the customers as long as they have a phone number or something listed. You're allowed to contact the customers through the app. So what I did with her was, instead of typing or calling, I just I sent a voice note letting her know that I couldn't fill her package and someone else will deliver it later, or we'll make another delivery attempt. I don't think most people minded that we would make another delivery attempt, because yesterday was Friday. Some people at work, they weren't home, so they didn't mind having it either attempt delivery again later in the day or today, Saturday. So she was fine with that, thank God, because I'm here worrying that I'm going to get a customer who's going to be upset that they need their stuff and it's not being delivered. And that is how customer service is affected if the store, Best Buy, that's sending the orders to the customers, don't put in the right dimensions or make sure that they classify it as the correct size: small, medium, large, extra large. But then again, Common sense should have told me that 241 pounds medium packages don't make sense. So I learned a lesson yesterday. That was my first big lesson learning with Roadie. So again, I had to create a return and move on to the next. So I finally finished within about, it took me an hour to leave the warehouse, leave Best Buy, dealing with customer service and getting the stuff in the car. And I thought that was really bad. At one point, Roadie's telling me, you have your stuff already, why aren't you moving? And I guess, now they went into the chat and see that I had a problem. So finished my run. My last one was a delivery to Howard Beach, and I didn't know Howard Beach was so close to East New York. I'm like, what? I did a delivery in East New York. I did a couple of turns here, there, and everywhere, and boom, I'm in Howard Beach, Queens. And then to leave out of there, I had to come on the Bell Parkway. I'm like, I know this place. I'm like, what? I didn't know Howard Beach was so close to East New York, and then I was right there on the Bell Parkway. I think it was Rockaway Parkway exit. So I jumped on that now because my phone is telling me I have 2 packages in my car that I need to return to Best Buy. So I get on the highway, get back to Best Buy, go back to the stock room, which is where they give you the packages from, and I talked to whoever was back there, and I was able to scan back in that I had the return. So now somebody else is going to take out the thing about it. When you do return to Best Buy, if you're not able to deliver the packages, they still pay you. They pay you the initial amount that you accepted the bid at, and then they also pay you for bringing the stuff back to the warehouse. That's it. They pay you to bring it back to the warehouse. So the run that I initially, maybe that's why they told me sorry, they can't give me more money. So the run that I initially accepted was for $43 to deliver 9 packages. And when I was finished, I went back to the warehouse. My total was $56. And I did that within an hour and a half. So that is one of the reasons why I like driving with the Roadie app, and especially for that delivery. Now, what did I do after that? I looked for another run because I'm still out and about, and didn't notice that my phone was on what, 10%, 5%. So by the time they accepted my offer to drive the gig, which was to go over to Stop and Shop, the pharmacy, and pick up some medications to deliver within my area, my battery was dying. Now, always follow your gut. I always tell people that, follow your gut. Before I left the house yesterday, I know there's a battery pack that I have that I usually use this to travel. When I travel to Jamaica, I have this battery pack, and I said, you know what, let me charge this the night before and take it with me. I usually don't. Yesterday I grabbed it and just threw it in my bag, and I'm like, wow, always follow your gut. So this came in clutch. This is my battery pack. I think I got it from Amazon, and I try to usually have my car hooked up to my phone to charge from the car battery when I'm driving, but sometimes it doesn't take. I don't know what it is, and I'm not buying nothing new because I have more than enough. So I had this, I plugged it up. By the time, and I usually turn on battery saver mode on your phone. That's another tip. When you're driving these gigs, turn on the battery saver mode on your phone, because you're going to be using your phone constantly. You won't have the time where you're going to be able to turn it off to charge it, because you're on the run, you're constantly going, and you need the phone. Or you have 2 phones. I don't know how you do it. But by the time I got into Stop and Shop and scanned the packages to take to the customer, my phone died. So I had to now come back to the car, because now I have the packages, I gotta go deliver it. So come back to the car, hook this up. I was trying to use the car battery one first, and it was just too slow. So let me give this a try. Hook this up and gave it like 3 minutes, and within that point I had 5% battery life. I'm like, that's good to go, let's go, because it's near, I'm delivering close to home. So I was able to do that. I kept it hooked up all the way. Even when I had to take the package to the customer's door and have them sign, I still had this hooked up to the phone. So get you one of these if you don't already have a battery extender. Get something. And that's how I was able to do it. So after that, now I put in for another gig, and it so happens that I had 2 deliveries from Stop and Shop, and it so happened that one of those deliveries I delivered to the lady before, sometime over in the summertime of 24. I remember the location. Very nice. These customers that you go to are usually very nice, and sometimes you don't even have to see them. Just leave the stuff, take your picture, and go. But there are times when you have to get signature, and they're cool about it. So I tried to get another run. This time it was about what, 2 o'clock, and they didn't accept me for that offer, and I'm like, I about had it for the day, because I was already pissed off that Roadie lied to me, or Best Buy lied to me about the size of the packages. So that's some of my experiences as a gig driver for Roadie. Now, I told you I also do Instacart. I just started Instacart. One thing I like about Roadie also is once you do a certain amount of deliveries, they pay you same day. They charge a $1.99 fee to transfer your money into your bank account. But if you need the money, you get it same day. And I think it's after, I'm not sure exactly how soon, but it's quick. It's quick after you do a number of deliveries. Now with Instacart, they pay once a week. You need money for gas. You're doing this because you need money. Why are you waiting till next week to pay me? Come on. Instacart also, they time you because you're shopping. It's like DoorDash. They really time you. So I don't know how long, I'm gonna be doing Instacart, because I really like Roadie a lot. If you guys have Roadie in your city, or just sign up with the app, you'll find out if you have Roadie in your city or not. But I like Roadie a lot, and I don't think there's a lot of delivery apps that work with New York, because people usually get out and go get what they need and stuff. But like in other cities, you might be able to work well with them depending on where you live. So I just wanted to let you know my experience with the app. Today, Saturday, I started out early, but the runs weren't looking very pleasing. I'm a girl. I mean, I could lift certain pounds and stuff, but sometimes I don't want to be lifting nothing huge. So that's why, and I think they had a President's Day sale at Best Buy where a lot of people bought those 50-inch TVs, and that's what was going out this whole week. So I didn't pick any runs from Best Buy today. I looked at Home Depot. Roadie think they slick too, or Home Depot think they slick. You get excited when you see a run within your city. Brooklyn. Start off in Brooklyn, end in Brooklyn. But what they don't tell you is they go send you to Staten Island. You're delivering 2 items. They're sending you to Staten Island to deliver one, and then you come back and deliver the other one in Brooklyn. So you thinking you just driving around Brooklyn, but they do have a map that you could zoom in, and it shows you the entire route. So it's up to you to look at that map and know if you got to cross a bridge. The good thing about it as well is that they pay you for tolls and parking. So that's another good thing. You get paid for tolls and parking, and they usually pay you right then and there within paying you for the run, or they'll just look at it for a couple of days or 1 or 2 days. Within a day or two, you're getting paid for your toll and your parking as well. How do you show parking? Well, you're going to get a parking receipt. Nowadays, we don't have any toll clerks to give you receipts with the toll, so just Google how much it costs to cross the Verrazano Bridge and put that amount in there, and they would know that. You're a driver, you don't live on Staten Island, so therefore it's going to cost more for you to go to Staten Island and come back. So just Google how much it costs to cross whatever bridge you need to cross to get the delivery done, and put it in. They do ask you when you're closing out the delivery, did you have to pay any tolls or any parking, and then you put it in. So that's it. I really like this app, Roadie. So I just wanted to let you guys know my experience so far with yesterday was my most interesting, I should say, experience with this app. Usually I do little boring runs, but if you want, okay, another tip, since I'm telling you guys all this, if you want to make $100, so I ended up making $78 yesterday, which is not bad. My goal is always to do $100, and I've done it before, but the way to get $100, you have to start early. You have to start early. You have to take the runs that are stacked like a bundle, take that, and then when you finish at that end, when you finish at the end of that run, look in the area where you are to see if there is anything else for you to pick up. That way you don't waste time in between runs. And if you don't find anything, then you come back to your starting point, and more than likely there would be something there. So those are my tips. That's my experience so far, and I just wanted to come and tell you my story because somebody had to hear that story about the pit bull on the elevator. Only in Brooklyn, only in the projects. So thank you for listening. If you're interested, make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of content on this channel. I know people say you're supposed to niche down, but I can't. I've tried it. I've had this channel for over 10 years and I cannot niche down because there's so much happening. So I just wanted to come and let you know my experience with driving gig work. And I'm going to stick this one out. I went to Jamaica in January for 2 weeks. Spent a lot of money. So I needed to replenish. So you got to do what you got to do to make it work. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to this. I'm gonna come to you with more. I don't know what I'm coming else with, but as it goes on, I think I'm gonna come in the next video and show you exactly how the app looks, and how to make sure that you're not going places that you don't want to. Oh, one more tip. Sorry y'all, I got more. One more tip. If you're not willing to bundle runs, do not click on more than submit offer for more than one at a time. I did that one day and they accepted both my offers, so I had to go pick up from I think I had to go pick up from CVS, and then I had to run over to pick up from Home Depot. It was on Valentine's Day at that, so I'm working on Valentine's Day. I had to go pick up from Home Depot and then deliver. They had me all over Brooklyn. I'm like, what kind of run is this? Long story short, I didn't finish, and I had picked up the run around 2 o'clock because I'm saying, okay, I'll be finished in about an hour and a half. I didn't finish till after 6. And my very last customer, when I tried, because sometimes it's hard to get into these buildings, you have to call them to buzz you in. My very last customer, when I got to her house, I can't get in. I called the building. I can't get in the building. And I'm calling. I'm like, Mrs. Brown, I can't get into your building. I need to deliver these items from Home Depot. She's like, well, you're 8 minutes out of your delivery window. And it's Valentine's Day. Click in my ear. I was like, no, she didn't. Oh my God. So of course, at the end of the run, you're allowed to put your opinion, type. I got what they call Twitter fingers, and I know how to spell well and write eloquently. So I put in there, she's like, leave it. She's like, you're gonna have to leave it because it's Valentine's Day, and I've left. So I dropped it right there on the stoop. And it was a busy area. I didn't like doing that because that's rude customer service. I didn't like doing that, but I had to do what I had to do. So I put it down, take my picture, got in my car, and finished closing out the run. I put that, I spoke to the customer. She gave me permission to leave it on the stoop. She told me that it's Valentine's Day and she has left. And I'm like, she was rude about it. She hung up in my ear, and that wasn't very sweet. So so that's what I wrote and send it to them. I'm telling you, I'm opinionated. If I feel that I'm not receiving good customer service from a customer, I'm going to let it be known. And vice versa. Just like how they can be rude about it, I'm going to be opinionated. I'm not gonna be rude because I know I'm representing a company, and I like this little gig. I don't want them to tell me that you can't work here no more. And I like the flexibility of this job, of these gigs. You know, I could go when I want to. For instance, getting ready to travel again, and then when I come back, I could just start up where I left off. So that's another reason why I like working these gigs, the flexibility of it. And I still got to do my business, because when I'm finished for the day, oh, that's a beautiful car. When I'm done for the day, I could still go home, post to my YouTube where this is gonna go. I could also put up some designs on Etsy. I could write on my blog, and I'm not exhausted. So that's, and I could stop working when I want to. Whereas with a traditional 9 to 5, you gotta be committed to their schedule. You can't get up and travel when you want, like I just did. In January I was gone, and I love the flexibility of it. And you do make money. It's around the same amount of money that you will be making if you work in a traditional 9 to 5, $100 a day. Okay, I'm done rambling. I know this video is a little bit long. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and look out for more videos where talking about my driving gig. I think I'm gonna stick to Roadie. I might have to do Instacart once in a while if Roadie don't satisfy me for the day, because if I don't make a certain amount for the day, I don't feel good about it. Watch my other videos regarding Etsy shop. I show you a lot going on with Etsy, how to go about it and what to do. My 2 shops, digital products and physical products, because you got to separate the two, being the way they have to be sold. My Shopify store, make sure the links are down below. Go check out the store, check out the videos having to do with Shopify store. I sell women's clothing and accessories. That's what I sell. And read my blog. Everything is linked below. Thank you for watching. For the 5th time that I've said it. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. And until next time, go out and go drive a gig or two. You don't have to be committed to it. Go try it. You might like it. Until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye. Tired of the same old styles? Ready to make waves with your wardrobe? Welcome to Touch Me Textures, where bold meets beautiful and every piece is designed to turn heads. Our collections are all about textures that feel as good as they look. From flowy dresses to eye-catching accessories, we've got everything you need to express your style your way. Find pieces that speak to you for every vibe, every adventure. And the best part? Our site makes it easy to shop and easy to fall in love with everything. So why wait? Dive into style that's uniquely yours at touchmetextures.com. Feel fabulous, look unforgettable. Click the link in the description to check out all we have to offer.